My plain contribution is that I'm very jet lagged. And I think this is kind of like speed dating with images. So here we go. Instant coffee uses words like color. Slogans on posters are often our vehicle. There's no romance in taking a risk came from an LA train station, kind of wanting to prevent people from jumping. And the project that I'm presenting, that is a project that we did on Main Street in Vancouver, and it was a collaboration between, or a commission from TransLink and the City of Vancouver, and it was called Bright Future, and it had 4 components: a bus shelter, a bus, and the bus shelter had to do with this issue, SAD, which we all know from living here in darkness, the seasonal affective disorder. And Instant Coffee has started using this condition as part of the content of our work, using light therapy as a way to incorporate it in our installations. So we adapted a bus shelter so that when the passenger is waiting for the bus, when they go up to it, it's dark and it sets off a sensor. And then you can get light therapy as you're waiting for the bus. And apparently you need about 15 minutes a day, and while you're waiting you can also look in the funhouse mirrors, one fat, one skinny. And so this piece was up for about 6 months. The whole project was about 6 months. Oh, didn't see that go. And this is a little information. It was called 88 Blocks Art on Main Street. This would be great to have more of these bus shelters on a more permanent basis, I think. We use Afghans in our work because they're economical and because they are, they sort of represent pop and op art to us. They're very graphic. They're also very much about that do-it-yourself culture where many of them are handmade. And they're also very familiar and comforting imagery or material for people. And so it's something that from the very beginning of Instant Coffee has been incorporated quite often in our work. And this is a bus in Columbia, Medellin, and Instant Coffee travels a fair amount, and one thing that we like to observe is the difference in sameness, and especially in things like buses, ashtrays, garbage cans. And so we always sort of are keen observers of these things. And so this is the second part of the project is we wrapped a bus in it's called a bus wrap. So it's an image of an Afghan. It had 5 different Afghans on it. And so it just kind of created this pop of color, but it went up and down Main Street. And on the interior of the bus were bus cards that we asked other artists to design. That's sort of part of our practice, is to invite other artists to participate in our work. And so we invited artists from different places in the world to design these bus cards with the ambiguous theme being instant coffee. So people interpreted that as they liked. And the winner, like as you saw in the last slide, you could text your favorite bus card, and the winner of this competition got $500, and their bus card got put on a king panel, which is the outside of a bus. So it's quite a large panel. This is artist Jill Henderson. I'm just going to show you a brief sampling of them. So it's Instant Coffee sort of likes to, these are something that replaces advertising, and advertising is, we sort of like to manipulate that model a little bit. And again, this is supposed to be 6 months. The bus was probably around for about 8 months. And this is artists Assume Astro Vivid Focus. This is a collaboration between Kathleen Ritter and Instant Coffee, and we actually did have a slow dance at that date. And let's Let's see what comes up. The winner is Will Monroe, who's from Toronto. Gaylords, not landlords, was the winner. So he got $500 and the king panel on the outside of the bus. I think it was an excellent choice. And again, incorporating the Afghan. So instant coffee uses fluorescent a lot. We kind of, for fluorescent color, we sort of consider it our workhorse. And we like to sort of play with the models of advertising, and irony is a big part of our work. So the other part of the project was sandwich boards. There were 7 sandwich boards along Main Street, and they were all hand painted by this amazing man named Albert. And so they were in different locations. There was a slogan on each side of them. This is a very common instant coffee slogan. It doesn't have to be good to be meaningful. And so they were meant to be permanent sculptures, but actually people vandalized them a lot. So they came down probably after 8 months. And again, that's the other side of the bus. And it's kind of, Main Street's kind of an interesting street because it's one of the, well, it was one of the few streets that still has a lot of small businesses. And so we were kind of reacting to that. Thank you.